They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fighting. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK to anybody kill. Hop out, get the drilling and spilling. 7.62 gon' split 'em. LN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eating bullet for dinner. 5.0, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those shits, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can squeeze, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I can squeeze, leave a nigga bleeding. Y'all know what the fuck going on around here, nigga. Y'all niggas.
Man, peace and blessings to everybody. It's Spencer Paper, Bomb Squad. Salute King Shakur Bell Hot. Salute King All Things. Salute King John Kramer. Salute King D1. Salute King. Peace and blessings to everybody up in here. Bow, bow, bow. We gonna blow it. Y'all know what time it is. Y'all know what time it is. It's fight week, people. It's weigh-in day to day. It's about to go down. And everything I told y'all, we about to see it. We about to see Charlo looking his best. We about to see a motivated Charlo. And yes, we just came from, if you was up KQKC, man, it was a hell of a show over there at KQKC, man. And I think he said that Frank Sanchez is about to be on this card as well. We got to get that card right there. Anybody not paying for this card right here, man, they can't make a better pay-per-view for you. They give you a great championship fight. Then they give you all the great undercards. I think the weigh-in's like around 4 o'clock, John Kramer. It's either 3 or 4. You know, I ain't going to be on that late because I don't want nobody to miss that weigh-in. That weigh-in, we got to see that weigh-in, big dog. That weigh-in going to be hell. That weigh-in going to be hell. We about to get this action. Charlo's ready. Canelo, Shawa Allah, peace and blessings, princess. My senior moderator, Shawa, she's always holding it down. Yes, Frank Sanchez is one of the up-and-coming. Frank Sanchez is a monster. People don't realize it. When you talk about heavyweights out there, heavyweights that really put it in, it's 4 heavyweights you got to name. You got to holler out Mr. One-Hitter Quitter, the right hand of God, Deontay Wilder. You have to mention him because he could beat any heavyweight out there with a blink of an eye. Deontay Wilder, you have to mention him. It's Bomb Squad. It's the right hand of God. It's the one they're trying to box out, but they can't keep him out of there. You got to mention him. And then you got to mention Tyson Fury, Usyk, and you got to mention AJ. You know, those are the 4 old kings of boxing. That's the 4 old kings of boxing. But what people don't realize, you got the jacks of boxing too. You got the newcomers. You got Frank Sanchez, the one that busted up F.A. Hajaba. Yes. The one that knocked out Mr. One Hitter Quitter F.A. Hajaba. Yes, Frank Sanchez. Then you got Big Bang Zane, who stopped the juggernaut, Joe Joyce. And I've been telling people Zane was a monster when he beat Philip Herkovich and he got robbed against Herkovich. He got robbed against Herkovich. But one thing about Frank Sanchez, he's from that Cuban school of boxing. And we all know how them Cubans get down. Frank Sanchez is a masterclass boxer with power and foot movement. So you got Zane, you got Sanchez, you got the big baby Jared Anderson. Yes, the real big baby. He had a hard match with Charles Martin. But yes, that man's in it to win it, and he's ready. He's coming. A few more fights, and he's going to be right there. The weigh-in is 3:30 for me, and you Mountain Time, so it must be 4:30 for me because I'm Eastern Standard, because I'm on the East Coast. That's why I said around 4:30. So you got Zane, you got Big Baby, you got Frank Sanchez, and then you got a couple other heavyweights you can throw in that. But those three right there, Sanchez, Zane, and Big Baby. But see, Zane's a little older. But one thing about them foreign fighters, though, they always fight over there because you really can't test their mettle. You really can't see what they got in their tank. Because their laws aren't like our laws. Shout out to my guy, Bomb Squad, expensive paper with the $20 super chat in here. He hollering, Bomb Squad. You know how we do. But yeah, if anyone, but one thing, so I got Frank Sanchez in the leader of the new school with Big Bang Zane and Jared Anderson right now. Those are the three that's behind the starting four. And like I said, Big Bang Zane, I think he'll be a problem for AJ, but Wilder get him up out of there because Zane defense ain't too tough. Even though Zane, he beat the hell out of Philip Herkovich, dropped him in the second round, and they still robbed him. But Zane, that man had 50 million people watching his fight versus Joe Joyce. The man's an animal. He's a monster. Yes, we will. Yes, Canelo Alvarez the lyncher. We're gonna experience Canelo getting lynched by a brother. A brother gonna come in here and beat him like he owing back child support tomorrow. And I'm glad you get to watch. You get to watch how Canelo Alvarez gets thoroughly outclassed, outmatched, and see Canelo Alvarez at his peak of his career. When he was 42-0, went against the 42-0 Floyd Mayweather and got outclassed, and he was 30 pounds heavier than Floyd. And Floyd didn't have the power. Canelo was 30 pounds heavier. Floyd had to gain weight to make the weight limit. He didn't even make the 155 limit. Floyd was like 152, 153. And he had to gain weight to do it. Salute, Marquis. And you know what? Floyd still boxed that man up. Beat the hell out of him 12 rounds. Bivol beat Nelo 12 rounds. And one thing about Floyd and Bivol, Jamil Charlo is more athletic. Hell yeah, expensive paper like he owe that nigga back child support. He gonna beat that ass. And Canelo Alvarez, he about to get in there with a monster. He thought he cherry picked, but he picked that cherry. He didn't realize inside that cherry, boy, it was a nest of hornets. That was the wrong cherry to pull. And that man about to get a swarm put on him. That man about to get an athletic Charlo who has good defense. And if Floyd can stand in front of Canelo for a whole fight, exactly, John Kramer. Fight night, Floyd was 149, but he weighed 152 on the weigh-in. Floyd lost a couple pounds to fight. Floyd walked around 140. That's why I say you got to name Floyd an all-time great, because he one of the only fighters that had to fight. That had to fight above his weight while everybody else is cutting weight. Well, you know, D1, you know, the pits of cherries, peaches, and apples have minute traces of cyanide in them. So Canelo cherry picked the wrong cherry that had an abundance of cyanide in him. Now his ass about to die. Jeff R. Salute, King. Canelo is about to get beat to the body worse than you ever seen. You're going to see Canelo gassed out early. You're going to see him get outmatched physically. People going to look at that and they're going to say Canelo's ready for retirement after this fight. Watch what I'm telling you. I'm going on a limb, but I know what I know. Jamel Charlo's about to get out there and he's about to put it on the line. What people don't realize, Jamel Charlo done had 2 tune-up fights for Canelo. Brian Castano has that same style that Canelo used to have, but he's more athletic than Canelo. Brian Castano has that footwork Canelo doesn't have. And he got them punches and he hits hard too. This is the Brian Castano that he beat Earl Spence. Yes, Brian Castano's not no slouch. Salute to Coach Amber. Great chat. I feel like I was chopping up with Uncle and Big Cousin. Learned a lot about you. Hell yeah, Coach Amber. Appreciate it. Hell yeah, Spence gonna be at that fight tomorrow. That's his dog, John Kramer. His dog there. He's gonna be there. Yeah, D1, we're gonna get this money. We're gonna get this money. Charlo about to beat this man like a red-headed stepchild, man. You feel me? Canelo, it's a reason why Canelo waited to the end of his career to do this. He made sure he got all his money, so now he can take this risk. But he in there with a real live dog right now. And everybody said Jamal Charlo at his best would have did it. I still think Jamel Charlo was the best one for it because Jamal Charlo, he had a chance to fight Canelo. He denied it. He didn't want the Canelo fight. Jamel always wanted it. Well, you know Canelo was going to lose weight, Shawar. I've been telling people. See, that's why I'm saying, Shawar, people don't realize that I've been telling people since day one, Canelo is a 160 fighter. I tell people that Canelo is a 160 fighter fighting at 168. And he knows that weight would be too cumbersome for him. Mike Rhythm, salute. That weight would be too cumbersome for him to fight a Jamel Charlo. If you ever seen two fighters, you see a fat guy versus a fit guy. The fat guy might get all the power, but the fit guy ain't going to get hit. And Canelo knows that he's going to need speed to keep up with Charlo. He's going to need to be fit to keep up with Charlo. He's going to need everything that he has. He's going to have to be the Canelo of the old days. Like the Canelo that fought Austin Trout. Or the one that fought Triple G. To even stand in there with Charlo. Because Charlo's coming. See, Shawar, that's what a lot of people don't realize, right? In boxing, weight could be disadvantageous. Because weight is disadvantageous because you have to carry that weight around. And if you can't carry that weight for all them rounds, you become gassed. And fatigue, like I said, makes cowards out of great men. Fatigue will make you a coward. And everybody said Canelo's going to be so much bigger than Charlo. I said, no, he's not. Charlo's bigger than Canelo, and he's going to be more fit. And Canelo knows that. He knows that extra weight and size wouldn't do nothing against Charlo. It would have just made him a walking target, a walking punch bag. Canelo has to get that weight off of him so he can last rounds. Yeah, Mike. Of course, he's going to cut off the ring. He's going to cut off the ring, Mike. But when he's cutting off the ring, he's going to be cutting off and going into some bombs. Jamel Charlo going to be dropping bombs on that guy. Salute, D1. Salute.
What up with you, homie?
Not much. Ready to see this fight tomorrow. But
right
what telling everybody? Everybody said Jamel Charlo too small. Now when they see Canelo, they see Canelo knew he wasn't too small. You see Canelo cut his weight too, right?
Straight up, he looked little as hell this fight, bro. He looked like he shed a lot of pounds. He's trying to chase Jamel around the ring. That he's trying to fit up for it. Gonna need a lot of stamina. He might be in shape though. This might be an all-time classic, bro.
Hey,
Mel
and
show
that
up. This might be
better for me. Hey, I was happy as hell when I seen Canelo in shape like that. I said, "Oh, this fight of the year right here," because
no doubt,
we can say what we can say about Canelo, but the man's always there to fight. He might not fight who he wanted to fight, but when he's in the ring, Canelo's gonna give it his all if he can.
Straight up.
And when he done moved up to that heavier weight class, that weight was too much for him. That's why we always seen him gassing out in all his fights on 168. But when he was at 160, yeah, when he was not 4 in a row, he was gassing the Caleb Plant fight.
Yeah, he
Remember?
was. He was.
Yeah,
He was. He was.
yeah. So see, now that he's getting back down to 160, he's gonna be the best version of Canelo,
And
and that's what I want.
if
I
Caleb
want
had any fucking juice in him, and if he wasn't gassed, you take advantage of them rounds where Canelo's just posturing and posing and shit. You got to
and see,
take it to him when he's tired like that.
he can't be tired like that with Jamil because he know Jamil has a damn
He punched.
energizer battery in his back, and
Plus,
he
he
know if he
punched.
sit exactly. He know if he get tired against Jamil, he'll be a damn dead boat in the middle of the ocean, surrounded by sharks and damn killer whales out there. It's going
Straight
down.
up. Deer in the headlights, bro. Gas out against Charlo. Charlo got a tank, bro. He ready.
Charlo is 15 to 18 rounds ready.
Ready. Gotta be. Especially a fight of this magnitude, and you finally get the shot. You finally get the chance, man. He's got to be taking this more serious than any fight he's ever
And
had, and I hope he is, because my
and
money is placed.
and see, look, I had Charlo as an overwhelming favorite, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because I thought Canelo was gonna be big. Now Canelo, why? I mean, he closed the gap. I still got Charlo to win, but Canelo closed the gap. He made the fight a lot more competitive now. Because people don't realize if Canelo would have been at that big ass weight that he was, this fight wouldn't be competitive. He was gonna get
Would
destroyed.
dragged out. It would have looked lethargic. I'm glad they're both in shape, and we know Mel trained to move, trained to stick and move. Floyd laid the blueprint. Bivol mastered the blueprint. He's
And
got all
see,
the tools. He's got all the tools. He can adapt. Canelo's in the fight of his life tonight, and my
yeah,
bet says that too.
Canelo's gonna be fighting for his life.
Tomorrow,
He's gonna be fighting for his life. And the thing about Jamil Charlo has just he has just seen Canelo twice. That Brian Castano. Brian Castano is a perfect version if you want a blueprint for Canelo.
That's
Because
what I've been saying
if
this
you
whole
look at
time.
Brian Castano, him and Canelo, their fight styles are so similar.
Straight up, they are.
And now
They're
that Canelo
plotting,
done shed this weight, now it's a
going
lot.
forward.
It's a lot similar.
He packs a bigger punch than Castano, and he's gonna land. I just hope Mel get some head movement. You know what I mean? His head's always right there. I just hope he don't
But
go
see,
out.
that's one thing I be telling people, right? Jamil Charlo, one thing that we have to understand, yes, Jamil Charlo wasn't as polished as Jamal Charlo. He wasn't. Jamil wasn't a polished fighter. He was a diamond in the rough. But each fight, Jamil Charlo has polished his skills and polished his style each fight. And each fight, this man has gotten better and better. He's never made the same mistakes twice. Mistakes that he's made in previous fights, he don't make them in other fights. And that's what makes me so high upon Jamil Charlo because look, he not making the same mistakes. The mistakes he made in the first Castano fights, he didn't make no more. He was on his toes in the second fight. He didn't lay on them ropes. The man kept it moving. He set traps. And every time Castano got ready to throw punches, Jamil Charlo would reset him. And Canelo has to set for his punches as well. Canelo can't throw his punches off the fly. He's not that athletic.
He's
But
not.
but when he sets his punches, he can let them go. And that's what Jamil's going to do. He's going to keep it moving, and he's going to keep resetting him. He's going to keep resetting him with the jab and body punches.
Yep, frustrate him. That's inspiring. You see all the stories with the jab. Canelo hates the jab. He says it's the easiest punch to take away, but it's not for him. He's getting.
And one thing people don't realize about Canelo doesn't have a great jab.
Nope.
Canelo has that hook in them body shots.
Left hook.
Canelo,
Left
he
hook.
went away from the jab. In his career, he went away from the jab, and that was his downfall right there.
For sure, the jab is the most important punch in boxing. You gotta have one. You gotta keep it moving, especially in this fight. I'm excited, man. I just got out of work. I just tapped in with you real quick. I'm gonna have to get off the line, hop back in the chat. But Canelo, the Crip Slayer, you goofy bastard, click a link. Click a link. You scary motherfucker over here typing away. It's easy. Nobody bites up here. We talking like men. You motherfuckers get in this comment section and let them thumbs go 1,000,000 miles an hour. You ain't saying shit. Get up here and click the fucking link. Goofy
I think that's
bastard.
Kane anyway. I think that's Kane because Kane that came over here before. And I know Kane like to sit around. I think that's Kane. It's okay.
That's all you do, bro. The motherfucker need to get a life, man. Focus some of that energy into getting a job and getting some paper, homie. You'd be doing a lot better.
Or getting that swoop
shit
that he got. He got that
boxing
swoop
shit.
thing.
Yo, pleasure talking to you always. You know what I mean?
Oh yeah.
I'm gonna
Mhm.
slide out. I'll be in the comments typing
Okay,
away with
brother.
these goofy bastards. All right, man. Be good, be safe.
All right.
All right, one.
It's an open panel. Anybody want to hop up here, Coach Amber? Anybody, y'all welcome to get up here. Open panel. Nah, it ain't funny, Shawar. But you know, when people sit there and do it on fake pages, then it makes me laugh because you so much of a coward that you have to hide even on the internet. Like I see when you hide for people in real life, but you hide from people that don't even know you. You hide from people on the internet. Now that's a coward of a coward. Like, damn. I mean, you ain't got no control in your life, and then when you're online, you can't show yourself online either. Like, I think that's the biggest cowards right there that make fake pages. Cause look, man, people be thousands of miles away from people. It be thousands of miles away from people, but they still hiding from people. Like, I wish I would hide from another person. Like, like I'm scared this man might send me an email virus or something. Like, what really can a person do to you online? That's what you got to sit there and ask yourself. You're online. Not many people gonna waste their time coming after you unless you really, really mess them up and piss them off. But for you to hide and talk crap online, hey, that's just cowardice. I mean, my generation, we wasn't made like that. Hell, my generation, we didn't even have the internet. The internet came when I was graduating out of high school. But yeah, but hey, if that's what people like to do, if you like to troll, if that makes you feel like a real man, or it makes you feel like you doing something undercover, well, hey, more power to you. I hope you enjoy it, man. You know? Hey, Shawai, it's really funny though. Yeah, I'm an 80s baby too. 022682. But yeah, but one thing I'm gonna say to the trolls, I don't hate the trolls and everything, because you know everybody needs trolls. Trolls make the world go round. But you ain't gotta be scared of nobody. You can live your life. You can be a man. Don't let nobody make you feel scared. And especially over here, everybody's opinion is welcome. If you feel like Canelo gonna beat Charlo, that's your opinion. I'm not mad about it. We can discuss it. But when you start talking that lynch and everything, and you're not even Caucasian, that's what make it that much worse. It's like you're a poser, a wannabe. Don't be a wannabe all your life. Links in the chat. Anybody want to hop up here though? Y'all give me 1 second. I gotta take these pills real quick. I had to wait to take them. Hold on 1 second. Yeah. We got grown and sexy in my chat right here. That's what I'm talking about. We grown over here. Hell, you know, we came at a good time though. We was right in the middle when the internet first started popping. Really, y'all remember that MSN Messenger around 99 2000? That Microsoft Messenger. You ain't old, Shawai. You seasoned. You seasoned, and all food need to be seasoned. Hell yeah. But yeah, like I was saying, this card right here is gonna be the best of the best. And yes, Earl Spence will be there with his guy Charlo because that's his guy. And Earl Spence gonna be there. We're gonna get to look to see Earl and see how he looking. Hell yeah, my dreads are full of gray hair. It's, it's like silver and black. That's the way my dreads are. But yeah, everybody, this is gonna be a great fight right here. This might be candidate. Look, we got 3 fights on this card that could end up being candidate. Nah, Coach Amber, you can Terry Smoot, King, salute. Coach Amber, everybody has an opportunity. You can hop up here too, Coach Amber. You know, I can have up to 10 people up here. It don't matter. Like, I like the same people coming up, and I like new people coming up as well. You know, we all talking boxing. It's whoever wants to come up can come up. It's always good to get more than one opinion and one style. Shade Girl, salute, salute. Hey, Shawai, is Shade Girl wrenched up? Wayne Chicago, salute, salute. Michael White, salute, King. Hey, Michael White, that's one thing you ain't got to worry about. If you notice the second Brian Castano fight, Mill stayed away from them ropes like it was a disease. Just do. Salute, King. Not much just do. I was sitting here talking about all right, Terry, hit me up on Instagram. Send me a message on Instagram. We can do that, brother. Oh, yeah, just do. I was sitting there telling people that since Canelo, they see Canelo lost all that weight. That made Canelo's chances in this fight that much greater. Because, see, I was trying to explain to people that while Canelo was that heavy set style, he was going to get obliterated by Jermell Charlo. But now that he's in more shape and he's leaner and he's getting down more to his natural weight, it's going to be a much more better fight. And he has a much more better chance at coming in shape than oversized. See, a lot of people don't realize when you're boxing, size is not an advantage. Size is actually a disadvantage. That's why Wilder is so great at the heavyweight division because he's smaller, he's faster, he's more athletic. I know everybody's heard the phrase called speed kills. Speed does kill, and speed is hell. And if you can't catch a person, and the person like we seen Terrence Crawford, he was a lot faster than Earl this last fight. And you see, if you beat a person to a punch and you reset them, then they can't get their shot off. Then the best defense is a great offense. A lot of people don't realize that. I had a great defense in boxing, but my best defense was my offense because my offense was so overbearing and overpowering and so abrasive that a lot of times people would cover up and wouldn't be able to throw out shots. So the less shots you throw, that's the less shots I get hit by, or the less chances I got to get hit by. And the less moments that you got to throw it, that's literally my offense is suppressing your offense. So my offense is actually acting as a defense because if I'm throwing shots and you can't get yours off, then I'm actually defending myself while attacking you. Coach Amber, how you doing today?
I'm doing great. It's Friday. It is what the weigh-in's gonna be later on today, right?
Yeah. Shawai, I said, is Shade Girl, do they have her wrenched up? That's what I was asking. If not, I need to hop on and do it. That's what I was wondering.
She is. I saw her. She's in blue.
Okay, okay.
Piggyback on what you're saying. Old school. Speed beats power. Timing beats speed. It's the trifecta of putting them together.
Yep, but I'm gonna tell you one thing about speed over timing. One thing about speed, because a lot of people say timing beats speed, right? And I concur in most occasions. But if you have a higher IQ with great speed, then you can always switch up the cadence of your speed. So the timing can't time you. Like if you can sit there and time you throw a 90-mile fastball, they get used to you throwing a 90-mile-an-hour fastball then you throw 100-mile-an-hour fastball, their timing is going to be lost. And then they got to sit there and try to retime it again. And see, that's what a lot of boxers done lost the fine art of boxing. And that's what makes Canelo's
That's
boxing
where
style.
feints and double taps and
Yeah.
double steps feints
And
come
that's what
in.
Bivol, and that's why Bivol said Canelo was so easy. Because Canelo, when he fought Bivol, he threw all his punches one speed. And he was throwing it one speed and one power. And see, in boxing, you want to switch up your punches. You want to switch up the speed of your punches and the power, and you want to variate it. Because once your opponent gets the timing down of your punches, then it's a wrap. Because he can sit there, time it, and pop you as you trying to get off. And see, that's one of the main advantages that Terrence Crawford used to have. He used to be in orthodox, and see, a fighter would get the timing down for his jab while he was in orthodox. When he's throwing a jab with his weaker hand. And then when he switches to southpaw with his strong hand first, then the speed increases dramatically. And see, the fighter already has the timing down for his weak hand. And so now they already in the middle of the fight, and now they have to recalculate this man's attributes all over again. And by that time, it might be too late because now you done got your timing and your game plan set around this certain speed. Mark Nash, TV, salute. You got your timing and your plan on this certain speed, and now he just switched up the cadence and he just added more speed. So now you got to recalculate, and by that time, it might be too late by then
That's
because
called a
you done
trap.
tried to time them. You done tried to time them, and you done miscalculated your timing, and you done got hit with something that you didn't see coming because you mistimed it. Go ahead and hit your expert opinion, Coach Amber.
Well, when I say timing beats speed, that's for uh the person executing. That's the person executing, and then the person that's receiving. That's where feints come in. Like like if whatever you keep stepping to your right, throwing that right hand, and then if you know you're being timed, then of course you feint and go the other way. Um, if you are on the firing end, you're just watching, and should be feinting yourself to see if I throw this way, what way is he going to naturally run?
Yep. Salute Mark
Yep.
Nash, Pop with the drop, and Bruce Gas. Salute Kings. All right, go ahead. I'm sorry. I had to salute everybody that come in.
No, you're good. This is your show. I appreciate you having me on because you're
But
making me more comfortable.
I'm respectful. I don't interrupt people while they're talking. But when I see my people come in, I got to make sure I salute everybody because I appreciate everybody coming through to the show. But yeah,
No, because of you, I'm getting more comfortable speaking publicly,
hey, that's a
which
good
I'm
thing. That's a good thing. Shawar said, keep breaking it down, Coach. She asked you to break it down.
so. You're right. You're right. Timing can't be broken, and that's where feints come in. Feints, like most people think that feints is like, okay, fake a jab or fake a right hand, but feints are so much more than that. Like you can literally move your ankle because anybody that's ever boxed knows that you're supposed to turn your ankle, turn your hips with
You
the
can hunch your
punches.
shoulder. You can hunch your shoulder.
Mm-hmm.
That's the thing. Because the
Absolutely.
whole hunching your shoulder, that will get a person prepared to move. Like in boxing, you have to watch it all because any little thing can hurt you. Like you got to try to time your opponent down, like get all his timing down because at any try to get any tail of what he does. Because if not, what he do, if you're not quick enough on the draw, then you could be last. If you're not first, you last. And if you last while he throwing off there, you're gonna get hit. So you're trying to be able to perform and get it off before they get the shots off. Because once they get the shots off, then you're in trouble. Because as the shots coming to you, you got less time to think. But if you can sit there and see a person's tail, because most people have tails when they fight. Most people telegraph. They don't know
Absolutely.
it. Huh?
Absolutely. You're about to lead me into what I was about to say.
I'm gonna go
Absolutely.
ahead and let you do it, Coach. I'm gonna let the coach do it. Go ahead.
The eyes lie. The eyes lie. Um, just because I love you, Upper. Free game. Free game. I train my fighters to look the opponent in the eye without looking, shoot, shoot in the sternum, shoot right in the belly without even looking. Because if you look him in my eye, I'm thinking you coming up top. Or we can do it in reverse. Look down and then throw the hook up top.
That's what I
That's
used to
the
do. I would look down and then stab up top, and I look up
that.
top and stab down
Where do
low.
you think Danny Garcia got the no look left hook? He looks down, so your eyes automatically follow, and then you don't see it coming over the top.
That's why if you notice Earl, he used to look people up top while he stabs in the body with the jab. He stabs to the body. See, people try to watch your eyes, but your eyes aren't the window to the soul. The eyes will get you caught, get you in trouble. So you got to watch them eyes, because eye feints, feet feints, shoulder feints, feet feints, hip
You hit it on the
feints.
head. Shoulders. If you want to know where a punch is coming from, look at
Watch
the
the
shoulders.
shoulders
But
go
you can
really
also
high.
feint the shoulders. But if you want to see where a punch is coming from, look at the shoulder.
Now, it wouldn't work on fighters like David Benavidez because they just be throwing with their arms. Like, David Benavidez could have so much more power in his shots, but he just be throwing with his arms. He don't always put his shoulders in. That's why he squares up. And that's why he throws so many. His punches, he got a heavy fist. He got heavy hands. But if he was to really put technique into his shots, I feel like he would hurt a lot of people more. But you see, he doesn't have his feet square. He don't do a lot of that square. Like he does a lot of things wrong in boxing, but he's good. But his defense is terrible. If you notice, David
I,
Benavidez has
I
terrible defense.
think I could be biased, and I will admit that I could be biased. I think David has a deeper toolbox than what he gets credit for. Um, I have family that lives in Glendale, Arizona, Phoenix, Arizona. I actually went to college out there,
Oh, word.
and yeah, and as a teenager, I used to spend summers out there. My daddy used to send me out there for the summer, and I'm thinking, okay, I get a break from the gym. Negative. My daddy found
Even
me a
more.
gym out there, and the name of that gym was Central Boxing Gym.
Oh, okay.
And before anybody tries to discredit, like you can go back to Queens of the Ring. Um, like that was like I had just started getting active in the chats because I used to be a long time listener before I started getting active, and now I'm getting on. But every summer I would go out there, and they were a big deal. Actually, Jose was a big deal, and David was just his baby brother. I mean,
Yeah,
little big brother.
Jose was the next prospect. They was talking about how
Yeah,
great he was when him and Earl sparred. When Earl beat him up in sparring, but before he got shot with that shotgun, Jose was
yeah.
supposed to be
Like
the big
Dave.
thing.
I mean, Jose was the next big deal, and David was his little brother. Like, if you would have told me 10 years ago that David would be the one to skyrocket, I would have been like,
David
nah,
was a
that's
little chubby.
Jose.
David was the little chubby brother. He was the
Yeah.
chubby. He was the chubby brother. But Jose was good. But he had went against the prime Earl Spence, and Earl did him dirty in that sparring. Earl beat him up bad in that sparring.
I mean, I know they're from way back. I think he just strayed a little bit, and that maybe contributed to the ring. But make no mistake, Jose was cold. Jose was freaking cold, and everybody knew it.
I know that's why I was talking about how cold Earl was, because Jose was a bad boy in that ring, but him and Earl, because they had Jose Benavidez Senior, and they had him versus Earl. D1 Jose making a
Yeah, but
comeback.
wasn't
He had
wasn't
never.
that when they were first starting out in the pros though? Like because when I'm talking about
Yeah,
when I would see Jose in the gym, no, we're talking Amis, Amis like
I think they
superstars.
both were still amateur or pros. It was one, but I know Jose wasn't injured yet. Jose was a up and coming prospect. I think they both was pro.
Yeah, when I ran into them at a Central Boxing Gym, and anybody who's ever been from Phoenix, like Dallas is crazy, but Phoenix, it's easy to get through. Everything is up and down, north, south, east, west. Uh, I think what numbers are north and east, and then names are east and west, and then there's this one street that runs down the middle of the city, and it's called Central. There was a boxing gym, and there was only like 2 boxing gyms in the city at the time, and I happened to go to that one, which is how I know who they were. And if you would have told me back then that little brother would end up being, I mean, not physically, but little brother would have ended up being big brother, I never would have believed you
Yeah,
because
I
Jose
wouldn't have
was that
either.
cold.
I wouldn't have either because I thought he was undisciplined and everything, but he started to take his discipline a lot. Oh, but hold on one second. Yeah, Jose making a comeback D1, but Jose will never be what he used to be because he tore some ligaments in his leg. And one thing about boxing, your core and your legs is your most important thing. If you notice when Jose fought Danny Garcia, you see how stiff he was. When he fought Bud, he's stiff now. And he can't really crouch. He can't really get in great positioning. So he's not got the
How
power that
long
he
did
used
it
to
take
have.
Bud to get him out of there?
It took Bud 12 rounds, yes. Yes.
Oh, okay.
Oh, that's one of my main sticking points when I said that shows that a well Jose would have beat Bud. You feel what I'm saying?
Do you
But
think Jose Benavidez is a better fighter than Earl?
no, we've seen that.
Oh,
We've
okay.
seen it. And I told people that if Jose Benavidez wasn't a one-legged man in the ass kicking contest, he would have beat Bud. I said he would have beat Bud, and that's one of my main points to show to the testament because we've seen what Earl did to Jose Benavidez, and we've seen what Jose Benavidez did to Terrence Crawford. He lifted him up off the mat twice in the third round, 40 seconds and 28 seconds into the round with the body shots. But that man couldn't move. He couldn't protect himself well because of his leg, and his leg locked up on him, and that's the only reason Bud got that knockout. But
Uh,
at,
I'm not gonna go as far as to say that I know that that decision would have came the right way, but we both acknowledge that the dude got shot in the knee with a shotgun, right?
no, what I'm saying is he fought Bud a couple months. I mean, like less than
It
like
was like a
2 years
year and a half
after.
after.
Yeah, that's why I be telling people like Bud wasn't that great. I'm telling about Jose was a bad boy because he was giving Bud everything that he could have gave him. I take nothing away from Jose. I'm just saying that his skills have diminished with his injury because now he's getting older. And as you get older, your wounds hurt you more because I have wounds everywhere now, and they hurt as you get older. And your body's not as healing and as flexible. And if you look at his last fight versus Danny Garcia, he couldn't move. He was stiff and he couldn't really generate the power that he wanted to generate with his punches. But like he got a good mindset and he has good hand placement, but he can't generate the power that he wants. That's what I'm saying. With your leg injured, your leg and your core are the most important things in boxing, especially your legs. Your legs are the most important. And if you're injured, and if you see he's still injured, like his rehabilitation is like his leg didn't heal 100%, Coach Amber. You feel what I'm saying? Like he has a gimp when he walks, and he's stiff. Like he's real stiff. Like he's not fluid. But you know, if he could probably adapt his style to that, know what his weaknesses is, and adapt your style around it. And I feel like he can be good, but I'm just saying he'd never be as great as he would have been. That's what I'm saying.
Well, he fought Danny Garcia at 154, and you know he didn't come out victorious. What are your thoughts on? Is it true that he's going up to 160 for Maul?
That's what I'm saying because he looked it better at 147 with that injury than he did at 154. So I'm thinking you put more weight on that injury, like you didn't look as good when you added more pounds on it. Or maybe it was because he was out the ring so long. I don't know. I mean, I would like to see him get in there because, like I said, even with a messed up leg, he still gave Terrence Crawford one of his hardest fights. So
Yeah, you're most likely right. Like when it comes to knee injury, like the first thing they're gonna tell you is to drop weight.
exactly, that's
That
what
way,
I'm
there's
saying.
less pressure on it.
And then he going up another weight. Maul and Jose wouldn't even be good. Shawa. Like Jose's good, but Maul is a different animal than Jose.
So, do you think this is a softball type fight?
So they supposed to be fighting. Did
I
somebody
mean,
say?
is it true that like it's true that they're fighting on the undercard?
Nah, I didn't know that Maul and Jose was fighting on the undercard. Hold on.
That's what I'm saying. Like, I want to know if it's true or not before I actually give an opinion on it. But
Yeah, so I don't want Jamal Charlo to fight anybody. Like, yeah, D1, that's what I'm saying. I don't want Jamal Charlo to fight anybody but Caleb Plant. Caleb Plant has to fight Jamal Charlo next. Like, he's done slapped the hell out of you. No, you cannot fight nobody else in boxing until you get your lick back with Caleb Plant.
that would be dope. That would
Yes.
be
Yeah.
so dope.
I'm not watching him fight nobody but Plant. And Plant said he's open for it. So, Charlo, you have to fight Plant back. You can't tell me you won't smoke with somebody else and this man.
Showtime would plaster that all over All Access. Yes, that would be dope.
And that fighter sell. Because Caleb Plant, he did numbers with Benavidez, and that smack was heard around the world.
Me personally, I respect Plant because fighter, same thing. Saw him come up with the amateurs. Um, you know what? I ain't gonna say nothing about him. Um,
I like about Caleb, he done started getting more power in his shots now. He's starting to sit down on them shots now.
I'm gonna keep it professional, but after his fight with Benavidez, he earned my respect. Not that he didn't have it before. I respect all fighters, but there's just a lot of things that I know and that I've seen him coming up through the rankings where I was kind of like turned off.
Peace and blessings,
But
Doctor. Go ahead. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
no, this is your show.
Now peace and blessings, Doctor Mark. Peace and blessings. Go ahead. Go ahead. Smoke
Um,
Vin, salute,
the way
King.
he was humble afterwards, he earned my respect.
Yeah, sometimes you got to be humble, like but as a boxer, you gotta act like you the best thing moving. Like, once you lose that invincibility, then that right there makes you liable. Like, it makes you vulnerable. You have to feel like that you're the best. And you gotta feel like can't nobody compete with you, can't nobody attest to you. Because once you lose that invincibility, like a lot of fighters lose that when they get their first loss, especially if they got beat bad. But if it was close and they felt like they did, they still got that fire. But once a fighter, a lot of times when a fighter lose, they lost. That's why it's so important to be the undefeated fighter, because this is a fighter that's never tasted defeat. This is a fighter that's still in his invincible stage. Once you start losing, you lose that invincibility. You start questioning yourself and start questioning your abilities. I mean, I haven't lost, so I don't know, but I just know I watched a lot of fighters when they lose, they're not the same fighter that they used to be. Yeah, you're right,
Okay,
Shabbat. Jose would be a great fight for Maul coming off the layoff, because that is a long layoff. And Caleb Plant might be too much off a layoff. Yep.
if I could play devil's advocate, because Spence is my guy.
I'm man down till I
Um,
now. Go ahead.
so if that's the case, and depending on the fashion that they lose, um, what do you think about Earl and his capability to come back?
I'm gonna tell you, Earl, he knows that he wasn't at his best. See, Earl always tell you 50% of me is better than 100% of these welterweights out here. So see, now Earl know he got to come with 100%. See what Earl did, he knew. First off, like they said, the man couldn't spar. He couldn't spar because of his rib injury, for one. So you got to realize that's like coming off the couch. Alpha been in the couch for 2 years and thinking you're gonna go out there and shoot jump shots. You're not. You're gonna have the muscles have muscle memory, but you have to get the muscles in tune to do that. See, when he came off that long layoff versus Danny and that long layoffs versus Ugas, he was doing a lot of top-notch sparring. He was getting in lots of hours of sparring. When he came off that layoff with Terrence Crawford, he wasn't able to spar. And when you're not able to spar, then you're not able to tune up. You're not able to fine tune and get the kinks out. Like, when you're not in the boxing, you got to live this thing. Like, when you take any time away from boxing, your skills diminish. You got to stay at the height. Like, you got to stay at the height of your peakness. Sugar Ray Leonard is a legend. Hector Camacho could never stand in the ring with Sugar Ray, but he beat Sugar Ray because Sugar Ray took that layoff. His skills diminished, his attributes and his muscles they atrophied a little bit, and he's not the best. Now, when Earl comes in at his best form and he's able to spar and get them little wrinkles out of his system, then we're gonna see the best out of Earl versus the best out of Crawford. Then we're gonna see what people have been saying and what I've been saying for years that Earl smokes Bud. We're gonna see that.
At what weight class?
Hopefully at 154. Hopefully at 154. But if
I
Bud
agree.
makes some, but if they fight at 147, I still feel like a year and a half ago, Earl made 147 with Ugas. He did it a year and a half ago. If he knows he got to make 147, I say stall out as long as you can and start working toward it now. Get your supplements and get your nutritionist right and get your body right. And hell, if you miss weight a little bit, hell, the man you let the man know that you have a problem making that weight. So I mean, Earl's a constant professional. He's not gonna miss weight. But me, I miss weight. If you know I can't make the weight, you steady trying to force me at that
How do
weight.
you feel about the rumors about Tank helping him out? I don't know if those are true or not. Like, I have not been
But
able to
Shakur,
confirm. How do you feel about
Shakur,
that?
Shakur helped out Bud the whole training camp, and I think it's best because you got to realize in them lower weight classes, that's high speed chest down there. Like punches come a lot faster in them smaller divisions. So they got to think on the fly. They got to think more quickly. They have to process the shots a lot quicker than the bigger weights. Like a middleweight has to process a lot faster than a heavyweight, and so on and so on. So when you got a smaller weight like a lightweight coming up to help you, he's gonna push Earl to have to think and process things a lot faster, and it's gonna push his defense. And Tank is good at getting past the jab. I mean, he fought a 5'11" Mario Barrios, and he's able to close the distance from that jab and get in there and knock that man out. So Tank is great at fighting longer fighters, and Earl is shorter than Bud, and
So
he's
you think it's a good simulation?
yeah. I mean, it'll be a great technique. It'll be great techniques. Mark Nash, salute, King.
What's good, bro? How you doing, Coach Amber?
I'm doing great. How you doing, Mark Nash?
I'm always good, even when it's bad. I appreciate you asking. Upper echelon, I didn't want to hold you up, man. Y'all had a good conversation going. I'm gonna jump back in the chat. I just wanted to put that link in the chat for you. I was trying to send it to you on Twitter or IG, but I guess you got me blocked. No, I'm joking. I'm joking. Nah, I'm joking. I couldn't find you up there. What's your name on Twitter or IG?
Hell, I don't even remember my name on Twitter because I don't hardly twit. But on
He said I don't tweet.
yeah,
I don't
but
have a Twitter either.
on
Okay.
Instagram.
Y'all got IG?
Hey, Shawar, what's my name on Instagram?
Yeah, I got IG.
Yeah,
Hold
but
on, Shawar, because I be, I
tell him
ain't
put
really.
it in the chat, and I'm gonna get it out the
Come
chat.
on,
But
Mark Nash. I know you about to stir the pot. Stir the pot with us.
Oh yeah, Mark.
no, no, I can't right now. Oh, want to stir the pot. I'm enjoying the meal. I'm enjoying the meal. Too
Hey,
many hands in the pot fuck up a good meal. So I'm gonna sit back and enjoy the rest of the show.
hey,
But I
Mark.
did want to put that link in the chat to help you out.
Oh yeah, appreciate that. I would like to see that. But hey, Mark Nash. Hey, people not starting to see what I've said though. When I sat there and said that Charlo would destroy Canelo if Canelo come in heavy like that, even Canelo knew that. You see, he slimped down right now. He know what it is. PGB Big Dog salute. Thomas Hill salute. Wayne Chicago salute. And I feel like we about to get a fight of the year right here
I'm just
because
going on record. Head says Canelo. Heart says Mel. It just depends on whether he can get to that
well,
body.
with Canelo losing that weight and being in more shape, now he doesn't run the risk of running fatigue like he's did in his last 4 to 5 fights. So he's not gonna be a dead ship in the water. So that's gonna make it tougher for Charlo. So it's gonna be a much better fight. It's gonna be a greater fight right there. But you gotta realize,
Assuming he rehydrates properly, which I'm sure he will, but
oh yeah,
you're probably right.
Canelo knows that. Like I've been telling people for the longest, Canelo's a 160 at the most fighter. I said that extra weight is too big for his frame. His frame is people got to realize Canelo's small. Canelo is smaller than Bud.
You
You
think?
know what I'm saying? Like that all that extra weight is too much on his frame, and that's why he gasses out no matter how much. That's like AJ. AJ can have the best conditioning, but AJ is a 80 stone fighter. He's not gonna go 12 rounds because not comfortably because all that muscle and everything, it saps your strength, it saps your oxygen, and your muscles can't compete. Like it starves your muscles, and you gotta feed your muscles oxygen, and you gotta feed your muscles energy. If not, you're gonna
Heavyweight lifting in any boxing gym is a no-no. It's all calisthenics. It's all your own weight.
yeah,
It's all medicine ball. Like when you start putting heavy weights
dips
on the
and
bench
pulleys.
press, like you need to play a different sport. You're in the wrong
Yeah,
sport.
and that's why I hate the strength and conditioning coach that Earl had, because he's a basketball and football strength and conditioning coach, and they work different muscle groups. Like they don't even work at the back muscles that you need for striking.
Upper, I'm gonna send you a link that was sent to me by Chris Alec, and it's a literal. I don't watch basketball because I don't understand. I don't understand what a technical is. Apparently, you could sneeze and get a technical. I don't know. I don't understand. I only watch sports I understand. But a
You talking
fight breaks
about
out
power?
and everybody starts swinging, and everybody misses everybody. It is like long link and nobody hits anybody.
See, a lot of
Uh,
times stuff like that, some people be scared and the others be happy that you're scared. So a lot of times people don't really want to fight, but they don't want to look like punks as well. So they out there swinging and try to imitate the art of fighting without fighting. A lot of people do that.
so it's like a flinch, like
I
made
mean,
you flinch.
yeah, basically, it's like, ooh, I ain't scared of you. I ain't scared of you. Like when you see two people that really don't want to fight, but it's a crowd around, there's people, so you can't look like a punk. So a lot of like a lot of sports
That's
like
dumb.
boxing, like that's why I say a lot of people, if you didn't train boxing, you can't play boxing, because a lot of people don't know the distance. They don't know how to shorten up their punches or elongate their punches. So they don't get the proper contact. They might hit people wrong. They don't even hit with the right side. Like it's a lot of things that go into punching that people don't understand. Like if you want to bust a person open, you close your hand and twist on impact. And usually the glove will rip their skin apart, bust it open. A lot of people don't
I
practice
have
that.
no shame in my game. I am one of those fighters that fought out of fear. Like, all right, it's on, it's on. Once the bell ring, I'm hitting you because I don't want you to hit me first. Like I will swing out of fear. Like yeah, like out of fear. Like I will just let my hands go because I don't want you to touch me. Like just pure adrenaline.
See, I box as an outlet for my rage, right? Like, cause see, I mean, my dad, he made me a man, right? But I'm gonna tell you like this: my dad, he wasn't like I never would do my kids the way my dad did. You feel me? My dad came from a hard place where where weak people don't survive. That's where my dad came from. And my dad got over here. He liked to drink and he liked to smoke his weed. And my dad, he gets agitated real quickly. And my dad never heard of a belt. So you know how that go. So I had to learn how to fight and box just so I could defend myself from my father. So, when I used to get in the ring, I used to just think this person right here is one more step to me accomplishing my goals. You feel what I'm saying? And my goals is to be strong enough where my dad can't do nothing to me. And that used to be my goal. I mean, I know it was counterproductive, but it was productive in the ring. And so it had got to the point where I became sadistic in the ring. Like I used to, if I seen I was clearly superior to another boxer, I would take pleasure in that. And I would sit there and pick them apart. Like I used to like to stop people to the body. That was my favorite thing, because you could punch a person to the body as hard as you want and ain't got to worry about destroying your hand. Like I would try to punch through your soul and pull your ribs back out. You feel what I'm saying? That was the best shots for me, was body shots. And it ain't nothing like crumbling a person with a shot to the body, because it's so debilitating. People don't realize how debilitating a body shot is.
People
When you
try to
suck
do that
it,
on water bags, but I hate water bags. Those teardrop, they were like, oh, it feels like a human body now. F
it
that.
don't
I
feel
don't.
like a human
It
body.
feels nothing like the human body.
Plus,
No.
they contort as you punch them as well. they contort as you punching it. So, you know, it don't give you a proper symbolization. But we used to do it off sides of beef. You know, we used to hit sides of beef.
Now that feels more like a human body versus a teardrop full of water.
It's harder than the human body. Actually, you hurt your hand on that shit. Like the size of beef, like their bones are a lot bigger, and their muscles are a lot more denser than human muscles. So it reminds you of a human body, of a person that's like a bodybuilder, because the muscles are tight and they're hard. And when you hitting it, it ain't going nowhere. But yeah,
Hey,
they
Upper, I got a question for you though.
yes, ma'am.
Okay, so Mel is going up 2 weight classes
Not really.
to fight Charlo, right?
Nah, he's fighting Canelo, but he's not going up to weight classes. Like I was telling people, Mel's not going to weigh over 161, 162, 163. And Mel's not really going to weight class. All he's doing is coming in at his rehydrated weight.
No, on paper, unless I mean I don't know. I'm not an expert on professional, but I would think that he would have to weigh at least 161 because if he walks in right at 160, that puts him in the weight class below.
That's why I say he's going to be 162 or 163.
Okay,
but you know Canelo's going to be coming in light as well. You've already seen Canelo. You've seen
yeah, I see that. I see the play coming. I see the play coming.
Because that's like when people fight pit bulls. If you notice, the smaller, slimmer pit bull usually destroys the bigger one. It's that speed and it's more in shape. Like the more weight, like you people don't realize all that extra weight you're limiting your body. Like you don't see heavyweights boxing the same way welterweights do. Just like if you notice, Sean Porter beat Alexander Usyk in the Sean Porter beat Alexander Usyk in
And
the
the amateurs.
in the amateurs. But you know, Alexander Usyk is much bigger than Sean Porter, and he'll beat Sean Porter now. But like I said, like we talked about the other day, Frank Martin beat Virgil Ortiz in the amateurs. Like you got to realize, smaller boxers have an advantage. But they say a bigger good guy will beat a smaller big guy. But that smaller guy with that speed kills, like we said once before. And when you got the speed and you got power to go with it, it's a dangerous combination. That's what makes Tank so dangerous, because Tank is smaller than most fighters, and he got speed and he has power and he has great torque and he's explosive. That's why he has a great way to deliver it. And people doubt his IQ, but he sets them shots up. And Tank does what he does.
Yeah, but my question is, well, I guess it's not directly towards you. I guess towards the general public. Um, when Mikey Garcia was harassing Spence, and he was harassing him,
Yeah.
Spence turned that fight down like 2, 3 times. He's like, he's a little guy.
Yeah.
And I mean, did he not jump? Well, I know it's at least 1 weight class. I think it was 2, right?
No, because he fought at 142 versus Adrian Broner and beat him.
That was a catch weight, though, right?
Yeah. But he fought at 142 versus Adrian Broner. He also beat Sergey Lipinets at 140 to win the belt. He beat
Okay, okay, for technicality semantics, a weight class and a half. Can we say that?
No, let's just say half a weight class, really.
Okay. And Earl got all this heat. All this heat.
Yeah.
He's a little Earl, first of all, let me clear the air. Because Earl did not want to fight that man. He was like, he's too small.
Yeah, but he sees something. He saw something. He saw that $17 million paycheck that he got. Him and Earl both got.
And you know what? I'm a fan of Mikey Garcia, Virgil Ortiz when he was over there. I mean, there's a Robert Garcia Boxing Academy here in Texas.
Yeah, Robert Garcia.
I like. Yeah, but
Mikey's biggest payday before that Earl Spence fight was $1.1 million, and that was against Adrian Broner. That man fought Earl Spence and got $17 million. So, you know, like we talked about before, over 95% of boxers never reach $1 million paycheck. Like, the average fighter never makes $1 million paycheck. Like, I don't even know if Virgil Ortiz has got $1 million paycheck yet. But the average fighter does not make $1 million. Ryan Garcia had 2 fights that made $1 million, that he got paid $1 million. And that was the to go fight and the one where Luke Campbell. Like, it's hard for a fighter to, like Frank Martin. He's a great fighter. He's with Earl Spence, but his biggest payday was $250,000. That's Frank Martin's biggest payday. Like,
I want to know how Shakur knew that, but that wasn't where I was going though.
It's public knowledge. Like, they had it down there, you know, like, because they was talking about how fighting Artyom was his biggest payday at $250,000. But still, that's what I'm saying. Like, fighters don't make that money. So Mikey Garcia, he was a 4-division champion, and his biggest payday was $1.1 million, and that's against a star like Adrian Broner. He saw something in Earl Spence. He seen that Earl Spence fighter sell, and see, in history, it was on Mikey's side. But the only thing is, Mikey was not a better athlete than Earl. Mikey is a good fighter, but he's not a great athlete. Now, see what people, hey, Teach, you gotta come back in, Teach, and
Teach, I've been meaning to email you. I got something else for you.
Come back, Teach.
I got something else for you.
Don't block off your mic, Teach, because it's
Is
not
that Teach
you
the
on.
healer? I got something else
Teach.
for you.
Nah, that's Teach. But Teach, if you block your camera and your mic, it won't let you get on. But if you look at it, Roberto Duran jumped up from lightweight to middleweight, from 135 to 147, and he beat Sugar Ray Leonard on the jump up. So see, that's what I'm saying. Like, most of the time.
Oh, gee, that's not even what I'm trying to ask you though.
Oh, no,
that's not even...
question. Go ahead. What you saying?
Okay, so Mel is jumping up for Nelo, right?
Yep.
And everybody excited, and it's okay, right?
Yeah.
So why the fuck? Excuse my language. So why the hell was Earl got everything in the kitchen sink for accepting it with Mikey? Now let me tell you, he turned that fight down 2-3 times. He's too small. He did not accept that fight until Mikey started talking about his fiance. First he called her ugly, and then
Canelo shouldn't accept the fight. They say he cherry picking. A lot of people.
And then once he found out that she was Latina, and I love the Garcias, I do, but I did not approve of it. You know, Robert was like, "Well, he better watch out before Mikey take his girl." Like, oh, that's uncalled for. And that's when EJ was like, "You know what? Go ahead, tell him. I'll take that fight."
But guess what? That was promotion. That fight did over 350,000 and it sold out the Cowboy Stadium. So that was great promotion. See, a lot of times controversy sells. That's what people don't realize. Controversy sells. And you know, Mikey
None
Garcia,
of that was in the public.
Yeah, but that's still controversy. Like, if you remember Floyd used to do a lot of his shit in the public, and it equaled up to big numbers. See, Mikey Garcia, he did what he did to get him and Earl their biggest payday, which was $17 million apiece. Like, Mikey was able to quit boxing after that. I know he lost to my guy in 140, the one that really beat Teofimo, but yeah, Mikey did what he had to do. He went up there, he sacrificed himself for that money. And like I said, that's what Frank Martin, he wasn't about to lose his older Shakur for that little money when he know he got a Tank on the same side as him. Like, Frank Martin, he started boxing late. So he don't have all that great skills that Sando Martin. Yeah, TZ Frank, Sando Martin.
I agree. Yeah, I think he started at like 18 or something.
Like 16. So he wasn't able to get that pedigree.
16, 18. At 16, you can compete with 18-year-olds depending on the tournament.
Yeah, but if they haven't had your teaching, Coach Amber, then they're going to be stuck. If I got a person that's coming in that's learning straight from nothing, going against one of your students, I'm sure they're gonna get smashed. Yes, Al Booger, AB smashed Paulie's ex-girlfriend before the fight. Yep. Paulie was tight about that too. And see, a lot, yes, while a lot of people be doubting Sandor Martin, but Sandor Martin is a great fighter because he technically picked Mikey Garcia apart, just like he picked Teofimo apart and dropped him twice, but they only counted for once. And if you remember, Shawar, before that fight, I told y'all Sandor was gonna beat Teo because I've seen him. Sandor's a slick boxer. He
And we
hits,
can
he
all
don't get
agree
hit.
that Michael Garcia is a great fighter.
Yes, he's a Hall of Famer. He's a 4 division
Hall of
champion.
Famer, first ballot.
Yeah, like the fight I'm mad I didn't get to see. I wanted to see Yuriokas Gamboa versus Juanma, and I wanted to see Yuriokas Gamboa versus Mikey Garcia. I was mad we didn't get them fights. Juanma versus Yurioka Gamboa was the biggest fight at 122 or 26. It was one of them, but Orlando Salido messed it up when he beat Juanma twice. And then we didn't get it was 126. And we didn't get Mikey Garcia versus Gamboa as well. Because those was the 3 champions down there. Because it was Juanma who had 2 belts, Gamboa had a belt, and Mikey had a belt. And Gamboa had just destroyed Orlando Salido.
Hey, riddle me this, Upper.
Uh-huh.
Riddle me this. Prime Mikey Garcia versus Bud, both at the top of their game. 140.
140.
140.
I think Bud would get him at 140, but I think Mikey would get him at 135. Because at 135, Mikey's power was exponential. As he started getting up in weight, his power was a lot different. Because you remember at 135, he destroyed Robert Easter. But at 140, Mikey Garcia was still good at 140. Like he beat Adrian Broner and Sergey Lipinets. But I think Mikey Garcia's best weight was 135. That was his best weight. Like at 135, Mikey was a killer. But and at
He
135, Bud,
jumped up for the bag. Do you think that's what Mel's doing?
nah, Mel feel like he can beat Canelo, and I feel like Mel can beat Canelo, and Canelo feels like Mel can beat him. That's why Canelo's coming in top shape as his life. That's why Canelo ain't cutting no corners, because this is about to be a hell of a fight, and that's what's so great about this weekend, people. We have 4 fights on this card. Plus, they said Frank Sanchez is fighting. These are fight of the year candidates. Ugas versus Barrios. That is a fight of the year candidate right there. Them 2 brothers are going to throw hell, and they don't know defense. They're going to be all action packed. Mario Barrios, the Aztecian warrior. Ugas coming off that Earl Spence loss, trying to get back to his glory days because this is a WBC interim belt right here. So Barrios and Ugas is about to throw leather. Then we got Jesus Ramos versus Lubin. Jesus Ramos is the goods. He is the truth. But Erickson Lubin, he has more heart than he has sense. That's what's going to make this fight so much good because Lubin's not going to lay down. You're going to have to put Lubin in the dirt. And Lubin's going to come for it. He might throw some things that Ramos never seen. He might be a little quick. I don't know. It's going to be a great fight. And
Ramos is cold.
my man
Ramos is cold, and I think he has a very high IQ. There was one point in the fight where he was fighting the young man. I don't want to call him a little boy, but there are tricks to the trade where, like, he tapped him and he thought the ref tapped him, and he just pushed off and hit him. Like,
oh no,
that's a very high IQ.
Ramos is a monster. TZ Frank, yeah, I got Lubin getting stopped in less than 9. But it's going to be a great fight. And then we got Elijah Garcia, an up-and-comer in the 154 division. Elijah Garcia, don't sleep on him because he's going to be a monster at 154. He's still young. Like when he beat that Samson Liquid fighter last year, he was the underdog and he was getting his ass whooped and came back and beat him in the 5th round. That's when I knew that man is something. That man's something.
I just want to know, all this smoke that EJ had for fighting this smaller guy. I just want to know where it's at for Canelo. And I was a Canelo fan forever until I wasn't. But
You gotta realize people don't like Earl.
oh, I know.
So anything Earl does, he's gonna get
They don't
criticized
like
for.
consistency. Yeah.
He's gonna get criticized for it.
Tree stand too tall, let me chop it down.
Yeah. Elijah Garcia, that's when he fought Amilcar Vidal Jr., who was 16-0. Amilcar Vidal Jr. They fought 3-4. I think that was on Tank. Yeah, that was on Tank's undercard, March the 4th. That Vidal Jr. was the favorite, 16-0, the Venezuelan fighter, the one that was supposed to be getting a title shot afterwards. But yeah, Elijah Garcia was getting his ass whooped by Vidal Jr., but he was still in there. He was throwing punches, but Vidal was just too much for him. And then he just kept withering away with them body shots, just kept chipping away, and he ended up stopping that man. Like he took that man's breath. And that's why I say body shots matter, because the body shots, he took that man's energy, took his stamina, made him fatigue, and then he stopped him. Teach, what's good, brother?
Hey, what's good, Upper Coach Amber? Yeah, so I mean, I came up to say that just to give my thoughts on the Mel and Canelo fight. So pretty much the way I see it is, I gotta favor Canelo in this fight. Um, Mel's moving up, and he's been inactive pretty much. Um, what I would say is, I think it's gonna be like a competitive fight.
Well,
Um,
Canelo down in weight. You see how much weight Canelo lost.
yeah,
Mm-hmm.
I think it's gonna be a competitive fight. I actually have it going 12, so somebody's gonna get the decision.
Yeah.
But I'm interested to see what Charlo does in the second half. The key for him is pretty much to be patient and not get flustered. But there are ways that Mel could win this fight. I mean, he has to use his reach because he has a longer reach than Canelo.
He got 6 inches over Canelo.
Yeah, he got to be patient. He can't get flustered like he did in the first Castano fight.
We gonna see that. We gonna see Jamil that was in the second Castano fight. What I'm gonna tell you what Jamil got to do. He got to stay off the ropes like he did in the second Castano fight.
Right,
He got to keep his feet moving. He got to keep Canelo cutting the ring off, and he got to set traps
right,
because Canelo can't fire as he's moving. He got to keep making Canelo reset. He needs to set traps, pop, pop, and keep it moving so
right,
Canelo doesn't get a chance to set. You got to keep making Canelo set and keep firing. And one thing he has to do, he has to go to Canelo's body. We've
right.
never seen nobody attack Canelo's body, and that's what Jamil has to do. He has to go at Canelo's body, and he has to go at it vigorously. And
Yeah,
if he goes at Canelo body, see, Canelo's losing his weight to fix his stamina issues because the last 5 fights, Canelo has been gassed out in the second half of the fights. So now he knows that, and he's going against a monster like Jamil Charlo that's 18 round ready. So he's trying to prevent against that. But I feel like Jamil Charlo has had 2 fights with Brian Castano to prepare him for Canelo because they're the same type of fighter.
right. And I mean, everything that you just said summarized like what I came up to say. Again, as you said, you got to use his footwork. You got to be pretty much aggressive with his jabs. Now, everything that we just spoke about just now, this is everything that Bival did, right? Bival used his
Well,
reach to keep Canelo at a distance. Bival was never reckless. He was like patient all 12, right? And he used his footwork. I mean, Bival is like a master at his footwork. So he did that pretty much well. And he
Bill
was
has better
aggressive with his
footwork.
punches. Like what Bival did with his punches, he pretty much jabbed like through the guard and around the guard. But he also went to the body. I don't think you should overlook that part because he did go to the body.
But see, he's not a bigger puncher than Jamil. Jamil got power in both hands. And Bivol, I checked it. Bivol only hit Canelo in the body 9 times that fight. Jamil Charlo is a consistent body puncher. Like he throws between 40 to 60 body shots.
So the key, I mean, the key is just for Mel to be patient. He can't get flustered. That's it. He got to be
Yeah.
for all 12.
I feel you. I
And
feel you. I
then,
still
yeah.
think it's gonna stop early. Salute Rick Timms.
One other thing that I like to say is one of Canelo's habits that he likes to do. He likes to throw his left like maybe several times before he loads up with his right. So I think Mel has to look for that opportunity to fire like a counter somehow.
Yeah, I feel like that too. Because Canelo likes to throw. Canelo's gonna have to. Canelo, he's gonna have to change up the speed of his punches, and he's gonna have to change up the variations of his punches.
All
If
right, that's
not, then he's gonna have a bad day. Rick Timms, what's good with you, King?
Oh man, what's up with it? Upper, Amber, Teach, everybody in the panel. Just passing through, man. First off, man, I have a confession to make. I got a confession since Amber up here. You, the only thing I miss about KQKC Amber is goofing off with you and Nick J in the comment section. We used to have fun over there, talking about being in class, not paying attention. Boy, that used to tickle the hell out of me, man. That's the only thing I miss about being over there is having fun with old Nick J and Amber. Hey, but
Well, I'm glad you get to have fun with
upper,
Amber over here, bro. I'll try to get Nick J over here as well.
yeah. Well, we probably can pick it up over there with the Queens in the Ring sometime. But check it out, man. Brian Norman Jr. Upper. What's your take on Brian Norman Jr.?
I like Brian Norman Jr., bro. Ain't the one that they said that ain't that the one that said that fought Bud in sparring and gave Bud some problems?
I heard him. I heard he sparred Bud. I ain't hear the part about he gave him problems. But
It's a rumor out there that he dropped Bud in sparring.
oh, okay, yeah, I did hear that. Yeah, I did hear that. Well, speaking of sparring Bud, Brian Norman Jr. is about to fight my partner from out here in Houston on that Shakir and Edwin undercard, Quentin Randall. Are you familiar with Quentin Randall?
Quentin Randall's pretty good. He's quick. He's quick.
Check it out.
That'll be a great fight right there.
Hey, well, it's happening. It's happening. Battle of undefeateds. You know, Quentin have sparred Bud as well. You know, Earl too. You know, he
Quentin
sparred
fast,
with
bro.
Regis a lot. Yeah, he
Hey
even
Rick,
sparred Mel.
I had a quick technical difficulty, but me and you good. Come on now.
Quentin Randall gave Regis Prograde a business, bro. I seen him give Regis Prograde a business in sparring.
Yeah, he sparred Regis a lot out there in on the north side of Houston, out there in Humble.
Yeah, he
Well,
gave
check it
Regis the
out.
business.
Right, and Quentin's my guy. You know, he 33, got a late start at boxing. He 13, 0-1. You know, he only have 3 knockouts. But check it out, man.
I told you he quick.
Yeah, man, and he got a real solid little technique about himself. You
He
know,
remind me of
he don't rush.
You know who you remind me of? Timms. He remind me of Richardson Hitchison a little bit. He reminds you of
Okay,
Richardson Hitchison.
well, a lot of people feel like he's being fed to Brian Norman Jr. You know, in this bout of undefeateds. You know, Norman 24-0, 19 knockouts. So last night I went and pulled up his last fight and watched it against Jesus Perez. You know, Perez come in 24-4, and you know all his losses are to undefeated fighters or one-loss fighters. And what I peeped out, Brian Norman Jr., he didn't have no real good showing against Perez. You know, he clearly was more talented, but Perez kept catching him, pulling back, with rights and lefts. You know, he pulled back, he keep his chin up. You know, he won unanimous decision in the 8th rounder, but I wasn't real impressed with him.
I
And
feel like
and and
he's gonna have problems. I think Brian Norman Jr. is gonna have problems. If you think back to the card we just had a couple pay-per-views ago, you remember we had the guy Marquise Thompson, right? The guy that was 13-0 with 2 knockouts, going against that 6-0 with 5 knockouts, Giovanni Elvis guy. Remember he was going against the young Spanish dude, and you remember that he
yeah,
dropped the young Spanish dude, and he ended up beating him with the champion boxing fight. I feel like Quentin can damn outbox him because Marquise Thomas, he had no power. The nigga was pillow fisted.
yeah.
The man had 1 knockout in all his professional fights, but he was beating undefeated fighters, and he just beat that young Spanish guy that was 6-0 with 5 knockouts. And he did it with spacing, with boxing. And see, I feel like Quentin, he may not got the knockouts, but he has enough pop to make you get respect, and he knows how to keep his
Mm,
distance, and he knows how to move his feet. And I feel like with a
okay.
fighter of that
I agree.
caliber, if Brian Norman doesn't come in there and get one of his best shows, he's gonna take a L. He's gonna take
Hey
a L.
man, I agree.
I
And
love I love them young boxers. If anybody look at my old
uh,
videos, you see I showcase all them young boxers that ain't a lot of people don't really see. Cause I love watching their journey. I love watching the boxers start from 1-0 and watching how they develop into a fighter and watching as their career progress. I love that. I've been doing it with Elijah Garcia and hell. If you talk to your boy Quentin, I have him on the show. If you talk to him, tell him to come holler at me. I put him on the show and let him talk and everything.
yeah, good deal. And in that Perez fight, that Brian Norman last outing, every 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 uh every 1 minute rest break between rounds. Brian Norman Sr., his daddy was getting on him. Like, man, in so many words, what's up? What you doing? You playing games. You're not letting your hands go. You letting this man get confidence. His daddy was pissed with him the whole fight, pretty much. And I'm sure he's gonna be the favorite when he faced Quentin,
Yep. Yeah,
on
he is.
that undercard. But ironically, even though box reg is, ain't the end all, box reg has Brian Norman Jr. rated number 53 in the world welterweight, number 14 welterweight in the United States, but they have Quentin ranked number 30 in the world and number 11 in the United States. So Quentin is actually ranked higher than him. So I'm very very intrigued. I want to see because I told Quentin a couple of days ago when he announced the fight. I'm like, dude, this is your biggest shot. I mean, this the one, man. And this not Quentin's first time fighting on ESPN. So it's not like he gonna be overwhelmed with the moment, because that last fight Norman had against Perez was his first shot on ESPN, and he was acting like he had wet feet up in there. So it's a real intriguing matchup, man, and I'm really really pulling for my guy Q. The just like I'm pulling for Mel, it's all Houston all day for Mel and Q to win for Houston against Canelo and Brian Norman Jr. Man, and if Mel can duplicate what Beef All did. Keep that jab working, 1-2s, stay keeping his distance. Not get pulled into no brawl. Mel can do it, man. It's gonna be a hell of a feat to beat Canelo, but Canelo have shown he can be beaten even when the refs try to save his ass. So we gonna see, man. We really gonna see.
Hey, Rick. So I got familiar with Quentin through Young Billy's channel, and then one thing that I could say is that he's a real funny ass dude. So this is why I kind of clicked with him. Um, After that, I looked up a few of his fights, and the dude is good actually. He's good. Um, I mean, even though Brian Norman is good, I want Quentin to win just because I feel like I click with him more than Norman. So I hope he pulls it off.
Mm-hmm.
He's definitely gonna go in as like the undercard in this fight.
Fantasy, you right. Fantasy manga comment, you right.
But
Yeah.
I
Oh
hope
yeah,
he
but
pulls it
I'm
off.
gonna tell you like this. I feel like Quentin has a good shot, but Brian Norman, he has a lot of physical attributes. But I feel like Quentin has a higher boxing IQ than Brian Norman at this point right now.
Yeah,
See,
Norman is
Brian, he's
aggressive.
been living off of his attributes and his athleticism. Like if you notice when he fought the Perez guy, Perez was able to do a lot of little sneaky boxing moves to him. Like he was able to put him in situations, set a few traps. He just didn't have the athleticism and the physical act to overcome Brian Norman, but he was able to do that.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I agree, dog. It's gonna be a hell of a matchup. Somebody's O has got to go, and man, I sure hope
Ricky,
Q
who
be
you
able to
think's
pull
O's
this
gonna
off.
go? Who you think's O's gonna go?
Shit,
Norman.
Brian Norman. I'm pulling for Q to win this fight.
I
Without
might put something
question.
on Q for the
Clinton
upset.
will be.
I might put
Clinton
something
will
on him for the
be.
upset. For real.
Mm-hmm. No doubt. Hell, kind of like how when Bud and Earl faced off, somebody's
I
O
like how
had
you
to
said
go.
that. I just wanted to know what flavor your Smoothie King was. Your Smoothie King, what
Hey,
flavor is that? So
yeah, Amber. This I get the vegan mixed berry. I sub the banana with mango. I sub the raspberry with pineapple, and I add a little extra vegan protein to it, and it's a pretty good combination. I love it.
that's how I
Get
know you
one
from here
daily.
because you pronounce my name Amber. All my nieces name Amber. Amber.
So, upper.
You in Dallas, huh, Amber?
Yeah, Amber.
Yeah.
Amber. I'm always Amber. There is no
I
you in
didn't
my
even
R, but
notice
I'll
I
take it.
said it like that. I didn't even notice I said it like that, but you right. That's crazy.
It, it's
That's
all
typical.
good. All my little ones come Amber. Amber. Come look at this, Amber. Come play football with us, Amber.
So
That's wild.
when you guys compare this card, the Mel Charlo card, and the Shakur De Los Santos card, I feel it's equal. I think both of them have pretty much good undercards. What do you
Y'all
guys?
give me 3 minutes. Y'all go ahead, keep going. Give me 3 minutes. I'll be right back.
Good deal.
Y'all keep it rolling.
Tell me this. Will we ever see Canelo face another undefeated elite black fighter? I mean, undefeated, unblemished. He haven't faced one since Floyd in 2013. Mel has a loss. James Kirkland, Danny Jacobs, all the brothers he done faced since Floyd.
Well, hell,
You
who do you
know,
want him
they,
to fight?
Bud.
hell, he avoided Jamal at 160. He avoided Andre at 160. Hell, even undefeated
You can't
Mexicans.
say
He
that,
been
Fred.
avoiding
You can't say that, Rick.
Benavidez.
We don't know if
Rick,
Andre's
Rick,
gonna use his O.
Rick. You can't say that. Y'all can't say that because
How?
he
Why
did give.
not?
He gave Jamal Charlo a chance. Jamal Charlo dumped
Maul,
Canelo.
And he
Jamal
Maul is
also,
Charlo dumped
undefeated,
he
Canelo.
also, he
but I'm
dropped
not
that
sending my
belt too
baby
when
out there like
Jamal was
that.
his
No.
mandatory.
You say what?
I say he also dropped that 160 WBC belt when Maul was his mandatory.
But he had
So
So
already.
he
with
probably
what
dropped
Maul's
off
going
him
through,
a
you
fight
would have sent
after
him out
that.
to silence of the lambs?
But
What
he
happened?
had already tried to fight Jamal. Jamal said hell no. And then that's when
No,
he took
that
off
was
from him.
afterwards. That's when Maul had the belt by then. I'm
But I
talking
feel
about
like this.
when Jamal was his mandatory, Canelo gave up that damn belt and declared franchise. That's
No,
a
No,
sir.
tough
no.
move.
We talk
But
about
I feel like
today.
I'm gonna
I don't
say
want
like
to talk
this. I
about
feel like hold on one
yesterday. I
second.
want to talk
Hold
about
on,
today.
Amber, hold on 1 second, Amber, because I'm about to let y'all rock. Just give me 1 second. I feel like Jamil Charlo might be the hardest one because Floyd was underweight when he fought him, and Floyd was a defensive specialist. But Jamil is the most athletic fighter he's been in the ring with, and he can punch with both hands, and he's athletic, and he has that one loss which he rectified. But was Austin Trout undefeated when he fought Canelo?
That was before Floyd.
But this is what I'm saying. This is the hardest fight that Canelo's done had right here. Watch I tell you, this is gonna be his
Mm-hmm.
hardest fight right here. He's going against a fighter that feels like he's still undefeated. In Jamel Charlo
Yeah.
eyes, he feel like he got robbed. He's undefeated, so he still has that undefeated mentality, and so he's about to be coming to take Canelo's head off. All
He
right, I'm gonna
better
let y'all
be
go ahead, cook.
careful.
Yeah, I'm gonna let y'all cook. Go ahead. Go ahead, Coach Amber. I'm sorry, baby.
They did rob Mel of being simultaneously undisputed, but even with that one belt, imagine what that's 4, 5, 6, 7 titles reigning at the same time.
9 because that'll be 2 ring titles as well.
Well, assuming he beats Canelo, or do y'all count the Ring magazine?
Nah,
Nah.
I don't give
Okay.
the ring no kind of credence. Yeah, Ring
Okay, so
magazine, just throw
we
that
got
out the
4
way.
at 168. We got 4 at 168, and it was what, the WBA that stripped him, or was it WBO?
WBO.
Video.
WBO, whatever Bob orders. Got it. So that's 4 plus 3.
He's gonna
That
have 7
would
belts at one time. No other fighter has did that. Floyd
exactly
had 5.
7 belts at one time.
They're gonna have to give him his flowers.
Reigning.
They gotta give it to him.
Yeah, but I
Well,
feel like I know where Rick
I
is
really feel like
going with this
they
question.
stripped him of that on purpose. They didn't want him to shine.
what you were
They
saying,
did.
Teach?
Oh, I think I know where you were going with your last question. Is Canelo gonna fight another undefeated fighter? Like you want him to fight Bud next, right?
Absolutely.
All right.
If he beat Mel, that's still up for grabs. You know,
Canelo said
I'm not.
Bud don't say it. That's
Yeah,
what Canelo came out and
because
said.
Bud undefeated and unblemished and a real threat.
Yeah, tell him
See,
hop on in there.
Canelo,
Go ahead, do that. Do that.
Canelo run through 168 and beat up a bunch of undefeated white boys, but undefeated Mexicans, undefeated brothers, Canelo don't want that smoke. It's obvious.
Yeah,
Since
because
Floyd.
Canelo's not a 168 fighter. That's why. That's why he avoids Benavidez and Morrell. They will eat Canelo
And
alive. That's why.
Andre,
That's
too.
that's why.
So
Yeah.
if
Oh yeah,
Terrence
Boo Boo
Crawford's
will destroy him, but
beats,
that's why Canelo. He's at the point now where he picks and chooses. He's not going to fight Boo Boo. He's not going to fight Benavidez. He's not going to fight Morrell. He's not going to fight fighters with that high probability that can hurt him and that can outclass him. No, he'll go up and fight people like Sergey Kovalev that's outdated. Or he tried to think Bivol was outdated, but Bivol tricked his
Yep,
ass and popped his collar.
right.
That's why he ain't running back with Bivol.
how
See,
about Bud beat
Exactly.
David Benavidez before he gets to Canelo? How about that?
you say,
How about he earn a shot in line? Does that make
yeah,
sense?
Oh, hey, what
if Bud,
Amber? What that mean, Amber? Hell, Canelo told Benavidez, "You beat Plant, and you can get me." And Benavidez beat Plant, and Canelo still running from him. He
I
don't mean
mean,
what he
David
say,
was promised Canelo after Plant, but you see how that worked out. So fight David.
right?
or fight Morrell. Fight Morrell, then you can fight Canelo.
Battle of the Davids. I do not care. And then you get Canelo. How about that?
Instead of jumping in front of them, because you jumping up to a weight division
Uh,
you haven't even fought in. That's just like I was saying, Shakur, he jumping up and you
Shit,
trying to
Mel
mentor
doing
him.
it.
Who?
Mel doing the same thing.
but he's also undisputed at the weight class as well, and they already had
Shit, Bud
they've
We
already
had
undisputed
this
at
conversation, Rick,
welterweight.
over Mikey. We had this conversation over Mikey.
yeah, but you know him and Mel has past history. They have past history.
Rick, do you give Bud a better chance than
Hold
Mel
on,
versus
just do.
Canelo?
Huh?
Do you give Bud a better chance than Mel, like versus Canelo?
I feel like Mel will be a tougher outing
Absolutely,
than
no.
Canelo. Yeah. I feel like Mel will be a tougher outing than Canelo at this point. Canelo's still solid, got a hell of a chin, but he's obviously on the decline. I
No, no.
mean,
What what I'm saying is, do you give Bud a better chance at Canelo than Mel? Like, do you think he has a
yes,
better?
absolutely,
Mel has a
yes,
better
I
chance
do.
of beating him than Bud. That's my
I,
vote.
I give Bud a better chance of beating Canelo than Mel. Yes, I do. Without question.
Really?
Without question, yes.
Of course, because you
Without
never fucking hear my
hesitation.
love. Yes, of course.
No doubt. I give Bud a hell of a
Well,
mo
Bud,
going
Okay,
up 3 weight
your
classes.
thought. Who has a better chance, Mel or Bud?
I feel like Mill does.
That's
I feel like Mill stops Bud. You feel me? Mill stops Bud because Mill is a more lateral fighter as well. We're gonna see when Earl fights Bud again. Bud need to worry about what's in front of him right now first. That's what he need to do.
hell,
Hey,
man. Do Earl want the
No,
rematch?
he need to look over EJ.
yeah,
He need to be looking at Canelo. Nah, no, no, no. Focus on the sunrise, bro. You go and do that.
Let them run it back at 154. I'm all for that,
exactly.
man.
And I feel like they
I'm
run it
all
back
for
at
that.
154. They win it back at 154. Then the winner get the winner of Canelo
Rick
and
Timms, that is why you're the most reasonable Bud fan that I know.
yeah. That's why I said let them run it back like Rick Tim said, and let the winner get the winner of Canelo and Maul. You feel me?
Yeah, I
Yeah.
agree with that. Yeah, that
That'd be a
sounds good.
kind of fight right there. If Bud happens to beat Earl again, that's gonna push his stock up and
Earl's the last one
solidify
on
him.
that contract. Winner get the last one on that contract.
Yeah, winner gets the last spot versus Canelo. Because Canelo's last name is still Earl Spence is still the last name on that contract. And I feel like, yeah, running back at 154 for that fight.
Mm,
Hey, just do. I'm
yeah,
about
that
to close it. I'm about to
sounds
close. Just do. I'm about to close it off right now, bro. Everybody, go ahead and get your last thoughts and everything, so we can get ready to hit over to my boy. Just do. Rick, go ahead and give me your last thought, big homie.
Hey man, I'm just ready to see Q. I'm ready to see Mel represent Houston and get pull out these upset wins. Damn, this loud ass train passing up. But hey, other than that, man, good luck to Canelo. Good luck to Mel. I'm pulling for Mel to shock the world tomorrow. If he don't get Q, keep that jab going, nice 1-2s. Stay back, keep that distance, use his reach, move his feet, stay off the ropes. He can pull it off with that bull name known as Canelo. And Q, hey man, Q got a hell of a opportunity facing Brian Norman Jr. on that top ranked undercard with Shakur and Edwin. And I want to see Q win more than I want to see Mel win, actually. But shit, other than that, man, we'll see y'all over there at Just Do shortly.
Hey, definitely gonna see you, but I just wanted to shout out my boy Rick Timms Jr. That's my guy right there. And now everybody else on the panel too. All blessings in the chat as well, man. You guys have a good one.
Hey, I'm just letting y'all know I might come on again tonight at 8 or at 9:10 p.m. Central. I might come on again tonight. If ain't nobody else on and y'all want to kick it before the fight, I might come on again tonight because I'm feeling pretty good today. No problem, Michael White. Coach Amber, Teach, go ahead and give your last thought. Then I'm gonna let Coach Amber give hers.
All right. So I'm pretty much, well, nice chopping it up with you guys today. Today I'm looking forward pretty much to see the weigh-ins, just to see how their body looks today. Anticipating the fight tomorrow. hoping that it will be like a competitive fight.
He's right there for me, baby.
Not pulling for anybody, but I just hope it's a good fight. With that said, peace. Have a good one.
All right, Coach Amber, give your final thought.
I really appreciate you, Upper. Like, and honestly, the whole YouTube community, like, yeah, I'm not gonna name drop, but y'all give a safe space to where I could just share my opinion without being called all kinds of names or
Anybody
being
call your
like,
name, you let me know they call your name, Coach Amber. I got your back. A killer
well,
salute.
well, before I found this community, and I appreciate it. Rick Timms in the private chat, I sent you my email. I think
Oh
it was
man,
a
I'm gonna tell you like this.
misunderstanding.
5 years ago, boy, we had a hill in boxing, boy. They used to call us all type of racial slurs and epithets. But now we got to the point now that they don't do us that bad no more. But hey, we still in here.
Well, me as an outsider coming in, I mean, it's nice to have a safe space where I could just share my opinion
Yeah.
without, being called all kinds of names and being a female on top of that. So I truly appreciate it.
Hey, no problem, Coach Amber. You know you welcome anytime I pop up here. You know Key Alexander. That's one of my co-hosts. If you want, you can co-host as well. It don't matter to me. I love having your insight, having a fellow boxer up here, Coach. You know.
Thank you, and thank you to the chat. And Shawala, special shout out to you.
All right, and peace and blessing to everybody out there in the chat. You know, I might come on later on tonight after I give prayer for Shabbat and everything. But peace and blessing to everybody. And y'all know how we end this thing right here, man.
They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. Raw Molly got me all up in demon mode. Mouth moving like I done put clean in my nose. Trying to catch me up, I can leave with some hoes. He standing straight up, watch I make him lean with this pole. Would've thought he was closed, how that heat made him fold. Thought it was a game, he won't think no more. His brain's gone, nigga. It be exciting when I get to striking. Guns sound like thunder, hit you like lightning. Fight for your life, we don't do no fight. We really hit it, nigga. We worse than savage, they calling us Vikings. Police be riding, we still be sliding. Told you we hitters, remember the time. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get to squeeze and leave a nigga bleeding. How about I leave them holding like the Bible? AR-15, that's a high-power rifle. A in the army and assassinate rivals. Break that shit down, nigga. AK or anybody kill. Hop out, hit the drill and the spiller. 7.62 gon' split em. LPN, that's for any fuck nigga. You a plug, then I'm pulling up, nigga. You my lunch, eat these bullets for dinner. 5.7, eat 'em up, eat 'em up. SK, smoke killer for show. Drum rounds and cripple ops Draco. I got them all, you don't want no. I got all those six, nigga. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding. I get this pussy, leave a nigga bleeding. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, bitch, I got it for 'em. They want that smoke, you know I blow it. They call me Sunny Monster for a reason. I'm really dripping, leave a nigga bleeding.